Is the iPhone 15 coming early this year? According to leaks and rumors, it seems like the iPhone 15 lineup is basically done. We're getting a new camera, new colors, that new port on the bottom, but what about some last minute changes that we could see? Does Apple have a big surprise in store or some last minute feature they could add that they could really put on these phones that no one saw coming? So let me tell you everything you need to know about the iPhone 15 and everything we know right now. Let me break down all the latest leaks, all the big rumors, the controversial changes, tell you when the iPhone 15 lineup is coming, and also why you might just want to skip the iPhone 15 line this year. I feel like most people aren't going to want this phone unless Apple can add a big surprise here that we didn't see coming, but got a couple of theories on that may just totally change the game here, but I'll have to explain. There was a huge moment a few years ago where we really thought Apple was going to take the iPhone in a totally new direction that we had never seen before, and according to all the leaks and rumors, things seemed super exciting. There were crazy rumors of a complete design overhaul. Front to back, the iPhone was going to look completely different. Apple was also testing bringing back some staple features like Touch ID built under the display, invisible to the naked eye until you needed it, and even some rumors that Apple was going to go back to the drawing board, build an iPhone completely from scratch, brand new, and actually put it into a really cool folding form factor. But as it stands in 2023, looks like none of that is going to happen anytime soon. For better, or probably for the worse, Apple is really doubling down on the iPhone experience we've gotten for the last couple of years. They're going to improve some small things, make a couple of nice changes, but honestly, the iPhone 15 is gonna be more like the iPhone 14s. Some nice little improvements here, but unfortunately, nothing really to get excited about. First up, let's talk design. Unfortunately, contrary to many of the big rumors, the iPhone 15 line isn't going to get some massive redesign that we had really hoped for. Instead, it's gonna be mostly the same old, same old. Apple might actually give us a frosted glass back on the 15 and 15 Plus, similar to what they do on their Pro phone, so that could be cool to see. Of course, new colors across the board, maybe a slightly tweaked design on the Pro series that would give us curved edges and a flat back. But honestly, the biggest design change you're going to notice on any of the models this year is going to be on the regular 15s, the 15 and 15 Plus, because they're going to get the dynamic island, which means that yes, the quirks of the dynamic island will be on every single iPhone model, and the Notch's 6-year reign is finally coming to a close. And I feel like most years when we talk iPhone rumors, the software feature here is some cool camera improvement that we didn't expect, maybe reverse wireless charging makes its debut, but the cold hard facts are that typically at this point, the iPhone 15's design is basically locked in. Apple is going to begin sample production if they haven't already. They will begin full-scale production sometime later on this summer. So the core features of this lineup are already locked in, and there probably isn't time or isn't really any reason to do some big radical change just to make a couple of us Apple enthusiasts happy. So if you're hoping for some huge last-minute addition, I'm not gonna rule it out from ever happening, but doesn't look likely as of right now that we've got some big surprise in store for us that hasn't already leaked. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Then of course, there's the question of could we see the iPhone 15 early? And this is an interesting question because if you remember not so long ago, Apple used to release their brand new iPhone models every single year in June, in the summertime. That was when you could get new iPhones. Apple has sort of strayed away from that in years past. Now they're on a fall schedule. And with the headset coming out, maybe there's an argument to be made that Apple could release the iPhone early because the headset is going to really dominate the news cycle when it releases. But if I had to guess and put on my Apple thinking cap for a second, my imaginary cap here, I'm gonna say that that's probably not going to happen. What I think is going to happen instead, looking at history, is that Apple will release the iPhone 15 series in the fall. They'll probably have a September event, and then they'll release the phones shortly after at the end of September or October, and then the headset itself wouldn't come out until November or December. So they'd have plenty of time to capitalize on the iPhone hype and the iPhone news cycle. They'd get those phones out then, and the headset would be at the very end of the year, either for a good reason or a bad reason, depending on what the media reaction is when we finally see what this headset is capable of. So as much as I'd love to say, hey, the iPhone's gonna come at WWDC and they're gonna surprise us all and that's gonna be great, I don't think that's going to happen. It's a nice dream, but looking at Apple's logistics and sort of their plans, a fall release schedule just seems to make way more sense. All right, so here is my question for you that I want you to answer in the comments down below. Are you planning to buy an iPhone 15 series phone? Yes or no? And if so, I want to know which phone you're planning to get, why you're planning to get it, what's the big feature, and also what iPhone do you have right now? Are you like me? And I'm just going to admit it, I'm going to buy a 15 Pro because I've got a 14 Pro and just because I'm obsessed with spending money at Apple stores. Maybe that's a reason enough. But if you've got an older phone, why are you excited to make the jump? What's the big feature you're most looking forward to? And why or why not are you looking to potentially get or not get an iPhone 15 series this year? Let me know your thoughts to this down below. We can discuss the iPhone 15 and all we know. As always, though, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I am Robert Rosenfeld from the Apple Circle, and I'll see you all in the next one.